I've gone through the map of Grand Theft Auto 5 with a fine-tooth comb to find some of the most interesting and overlooked details hiding in plain sight. All of it designed with one purpose: to go unnoticed in the background, to be seen only at the corner of your eye. These are the most overlooked details in Grand Theft Auto 5. I want to begin on the beach, as there's far more that meets the eye on first glance. The storefronts for the most part share a lot of the same assets, including these t-shirts, and the paraphernalia. There are lots more shirts in the back with many more designs. These are all flat textures, including what appears to be photographs of real clothes. There are many more shirts to be found along the beach too. I also found these novelty license plates. Shop names and logos like Shady Pete's sunglasses are also interesting background elements you might never notice. Shady Pete's also uses this image, which is taken from Grand Theft Auto 4's lovemeat.net. The Pizza Coven is a witch-themed pizza joint with some funny signs out front. Made any which way you'd like, we're demons in the kitchen. No burnt steak guaranteed, try our Wiccan mixed starters, and try our new drinkantations. Make us your daily ritual. Here are some other funny names I found on the beach. There's BL t-shirts in a basic font. Slice and Dice Pizzeria with the dice is a nice touch. And of course Sharky's Bites Sharkhead Pizza. It bites back. You're gonna need a bigger bite. On the pier, I found these postcards which seem to be pictures of early versions of GTA 5's map. This is here at the beach. It doesn't quite look right as the trees are in the wrong places and I don't know what's going on over here. The Vinewood sign seems to be very early, as not only does it look barren, but there's no building or tower behind it. This is an aerial shot of the city, but it's too dark to see anything. And this is the Cluck and Bell factory. There's a few differences, like changes in the positions of poles, and it looks like there's a white wall here that isn't here in the final game. Pleasure Pier also has several interesting details, big and small, like the plant shaped to look like an anchor, an octopus, a trident, and a seahorse, or the pictures on the wall of a few small stores around the pier. Let's move on from the beach to other parts of Los Santos to see what else is hiding out there. I suppose I never thought about it, but of course the GTA universe would have Liberty-style pizza. It only makes sense. There's a building on Eclipse Boulevard that has a UFO sticking out of it. When you're close to it, you can hear the noise it makes. This building isn't that interesting, except for the graffiti that says Karma, it's a chameleon. Let's pop into the Pacific Standard Bank, where there's a few things that I'd like to share. Like this bust of some guy. The plaque underneath reads, "In honor of the honorable founder of this institution." How wonderfully vague. The clock on the wall actually does tell time, as do, well, pretty much all of the clocks in this game. That is except for this one in Palito Bay, where only the minute hand works. Have you ever even looked at this Cluck and Bell sign? These new wing pieces don't look that appetizing, except for the donut. This newspaper's headline is "Love's Hate Relationship with Taxes," a joke that originated in promotional material for Liberty City stories, and was later reused in GTA 4. This is of course a reference to Donald Love from the old games, meaning he's got to be out there somewhere. His photo has been replaced in GTA 5 with Johnny Klebitz, but the original texture from GTA 4 can be found in the windows at Hayes Auto's body shop. I also found Donald Love's GTA 3 artwork on this box in both Franklin and Michael's house. Gas stations vary in brand, but they don't vary in rules, i.e. no smoking and no guns. In this Sandy Shores fire station, I found a jukebox with such gems as Country Crap, Arg, Max, Blue Screen Song, Stinky Dishwasher, and I Ran Out of Ideas. I can't read the rest unfortunately, it's too blurry. Any forklift you find in the game has a sticker that says "Caution, do not touch, You will die. The police force is hiring. Check out their banner. Short career, long retirement, full pension, and free gun. Police badges seem to depict 2 officers kicking a man while he's down. The sheriff's office in Paleto Bay appears to have some interesting propaganda painted on the side, but this officer looks like he's wearing GTA 4's Liberty City police uniform, which is interesting. Also, pigs suck. Over at the Parla Springs Aerial Tramway, the Mount Chiliad tourist trail signs ask you to stick to the county code. All animals and children must be kept on restraint. There's also a poster for the Paleto Festival Barn Dance with special guests, the Cornholes, the Self-Farm Duo, the Folk Pluckers, and My Limp Canary. There's also a monster truck event with Truckoraptor vs 4x4 Scepter, sponsored by Clerkenbell. Clerkenbell has quite a presence in Paleto Bay and even hosts the annual Paleto Poultry Pageant, as well as the Clerkenbell Beauty Pageant. That's Clerkenbell, putting the yoke in yokel. The airport has a couple of interesting bits that I'd like to show you, like the little plane here that's had a little bump on the way down. Behind the doors of the arrival's entrance is a room that's been made to help sell the illusion of a more detailed building. Inside this one is a bunch of advertisements, and a few blocks and pillars. These kinds of inaccessible rooms can be found all over the game, in seemingly random but equally interesting places. This Chinese restaurant in Sandy Shores has one of these rooms, and behind the glass it doesn't have a lot of detail, but it is quite interesting. There's a laundromat by the casino for some reason that also has an interior, and it has some themed items placed around. There's a gas station in Paleto Bay, and like the rest, its interior is of a very low detail. It's kind of surprising they did this at all. The Davis Courts building has a very small interior behind its doors. The large U-Tool superstore out in the sticks also has an interior behind its glass, and I was surprised at just how big this place is. This supermarket in Paleto Bay also has the same interior. And the power plant also has a strange room that's inaccessible but oddly detailed. It makes me wonder if there was ever a plan to make any of these more detailed and ultimately explorable. One building that makes me feel this way is the Pillbox Hill Medical Center, a building that's used in a mission but has details in places that are not seen anywhere in that mission, like these front rooms, both of them just here, plainly visible, and they have much more time put into them than any other hospital in the game. Behind the door that leads into the hospital, there is a wide open space that feels like it was going to be used at some point. During the mission that takes place here, we can also find some more details, like this sign. No music, no littering, no rollerblading, no skating, no smoking, and no food or drink. The gift shop has a few oddities too, like an interesting amount of gun club merchandise. And also these brown streak figures. Now let's go outside for a bit and look for some other details. Like at the hands-on car wash, where you can get a wash for $9, and for an extra $2 you can get a wash and a smile. They even offer something called the whitewash as their best package, which gave me a laugh. The Lucky Plucker chicken place is something you've definitely seen before. But have you seen their menu? It's unhinged. All chicken or cock, unless you want Mexican food, where in addition to chili chicken or cock, you can have chili dog or cat. All of the cool kids are supping it. Word. Lucky Plucker also has one of those interiors that you can't access. As you can see, they're closed until further notice. Simeon's dealership can be seen in this real estate billboard. It can be found in Paleto Bay and it looks quite old, but it showcases an early version of the interior with a different floor, ceiling, as well as a wall with different text on it, and a variety of posters. It looks very different. Practically every ammunition in the game has a different logo and style, and the varying styles give us an idea of how old they are. There are some that have been around for a very long time, while there are others that must be rather new in comparison. This ammunition uses the logo found in Liberty City stories, so it hasn't been updated since the late 90s, but this design itself has roots in an earlier version seen in Vice City. This one uses a logo reminiscent of those found in Vice City stories, having a star in the middle. And this one has a logo taken from an advertisement in LCS, which is itself a variation of a GTA 3 design. Moving our way over to Rockford and that general area, there's ads for Vinewood Sports, using the artwork of DJ Tony from Vice City, as well as one of the twins from Vice City in an ad for the Director's Cut hair salon. Now, if you like art, there's a few galleries around Upper Los Santos, and all of them have an interior with artwork. This one's pretty cool, but all of the other ones in here are a little wacky for my taste. The San Andreas Gallery of Modern Art, or SAGMA, also has an interior, but its art is just reused textures from banners outside. Still pretty cool though. I want to move on to some of the more detailed interiors now, and these hold a lot of unnoticed detail. First up, Franklin's old home, now Denise's home. There's an untold amount of interesting crap strewn about, like all of these photos of family and friends. Young Franklin looks delightfully ridiculous. The books that a person reads are an easy insight into their mind, and Denise has such gems as Yoga for Beginners, Holistic Healing with Crystals, we'll come back to this one in a minute, Power Within, the Kama Sutra, The Calm Mind, Chinese Folk Art, Know Your Clans, Self-Help for Women, Creatures of Myth, Finding Yourself, Advanced Yoga, the Book of Celtic Designs, and Mysterious Stones. Denise clearly took the holistic healing crystals to heart, as they can be found all over the house in various places. In her bedroom, Denise has what seems to be a replica of the monument found outside of the Camel's Toe in Las Venturas. She is also clearly a lover of African art, as well as other select pieces, as they seem to be just about everywhere. In the kitchen, there's a box of Big Log's strawberry rails, the breakfast food you snort, with organic Colombian marshmallow crunchy bits. Denise also owns this, the Liberty City Jazz Quartet, the collection, with a lovely snap of the city on the cover. Let's go to the Yellowjack Inn near Sandy Shores now, as it has a lot of interesting details. These posters can be found all over the state of San Andreas, on walls, in shop windows, or plastered on telephone poles. Someone is looking for actresses, must be prepared to work with old people, horses, bats, other women, plus a variety of quadrupeds. Must have good sense of balance, call Carl. Someone else is just looking for a friend. They love 72, Dragon Brain, and surfing the web. Another is looking for a roommate, must be vegan, female, and an eco-feminist. Bongo drum skills preferred. This lost dog was last seen in the backyard. Answers to Brody. Inside there's a wide variety of pictures behind the bar and on the walls. So many pictures of people that we don't know. Some of them on the toilet. There's also the classic San Andreas artwork on these $69 bills. This photo on the wall appears a few times and was actually taken in this bar, and we can see that there's a very small difference in the background. The box of strawberry rails seems to have a different texture. This image of a mallard appears to have been taken at a very early point in development. The map seems to be completely barren. There's also what appears to be a hole in the terrain. And this is just my best guess, but perhaps these are unfinished buildings? Or maybe other bits of terrain. And we can also see what seems like Michael's head sticking out of the top of the plane. Here's it compared to a nearby location in the finished game. I say nearby because all I had to go on was the mountain line, and that doesn't match perfectly between the two versions. Trust me, I tried. Finally, let's finish up with a look through Lester's house, which is filled to the brim with goodies. The one that most people know is of this book with an image of CJ from San Andreas, and this box of files labeled Zombie Outbreaks. But I particularly enjoy all of the in-box action figures he has displayed on the wall. The entire cast of The Baths are all here, with interesting ingredients such as tobacco, intolerance, pomade and denim, gin, itchiness, a lot of dick, and tampons, negligence, poop, puke and tantrums, and napalm death, bulls and flashbacks. These three figures all share the same face. Brown Streak has a warning that says, "Wash hands after continued use." Impotent Rage here also has a warning, small parts may not function properly. And the Princess Robot Bubblegum box says, contains small parts, unsuitable for all ages. Here's a shot of most of these out of the box. Lester has an Exorbio 720 gaming system, and he's kept the box. It comes with the console, a hard drive, a 720 controller, a headset, an Ethernet cable, and a component AV cable. No HDMI here. We can see some of the hit 720 games on Lester's shelf, with such classics as Fog of War 2, Simplicity, The Haunted Room, Bio Curse, Child Whisperer, the Brown Streak video game, Kill 'Em All, Hollow Soul, Assassin's Revenge, Dance Dance Maniac, Golf Wood in the Rough, and Robot Fuckfest. Monomania, they really are out to get you. Alien Moonbase, definitive proof. Free foil helmet for all readers. Hollow Earth, room to let. Bigfoot, Big Lie, or Government Super Soldier. I found these tiny robot stickers that seem to have an even tinier Rockstar logo on their chest. Next to the Bigfoot box is a business law book with a picture of the Statue of Happiness. This calendar says, the Degenatron Classic comes to the big screen. Green dots fight angry red squares in Defender of the Faith. Lester also has lots of stickers all over his wall, and a lot of them are pretty good. I also see he's cracked time travel. Just gotta go 88 miles an hour. There's an LS Hackfest poster. Hack, game, be awkward. Did the FIB set this up? Lester seems to think so. There's also a few interesting headlines in the newspapers that cover the windows, like legendary band Twink and the Bear break up after 6 years, or dinosaur fossils found in Los Santos hood. Here are some more interesting details that I found in his home. This is just a small slice of what I've found in this game, and in the next video we'll be going over even more overlooked details in Grand Theft Auto 5. Thank you all for watching, I'll see you in the next video. Keep it breezy, and take it sleazy. This calendar says the Degenatron, I hate it. The Degenatron, I can't. That's awful. The Degenatron Classic. The Degenatron Classic comes to the big screen, that'll do.